Hello, everyone. So, we have been running through the habits or the discipline really of putting down reports of your activities as a business person or person in career. And I really can relate how it can be tasking, squeezing out time from the actual work to make your report, because at the end of the day, especially for those of you who have had your years in career or business, you're asking, who is this report for? Who am I making it for? Why should I waste a time putting down these reports? And there are several advantages, but I want to talk about one today as I continue. So one of the key things that putting down a report does for you is that the moment you have taken a decision that you are going to make a report of the activities you have had today, at the end of the day, when you want to start writing down what you have achieved, you realize that you have been quite busy during the day, but there is nothing tangible that you can lay hold of to say, okay, this is what I have done today. And so that puts some pressure on you to try and do something reportable, something that you can say you have done. Do something finite with your day. So one of the key things that you want to do is to start saying, what are the markers in numbers? In numbers, please, if you still at this adult age have your reports and they cannot fit into an Excel sheet, you need to study it more. You need to go out there and get materials available on how to put your reports in some numerical form. You are really not an executive of any form if you cannot count, what exactly it is you are doing. And so as a top executive, there are several things that I have to do that cannot be put into numerical numbers, but there are numbers that show that those things have been done. Okay, and so I start out saying, I want to shift these numbers to this level. Okay, and then I go down and I start asking myself, what are the things that I need to do in order to shift this number from this level to this level? And those other things that are not numerical, those are the things I put in my sheet, right? But what I do is that I take the number of the KPI that I'm trying to shift. I take that number and I say, this is the number I'm trying to shift. If you don't do these mind exercises, you may work very hard and there might just be nothing countable that you can say you have done. And you need something numerical, you need something remarkable that you can say you have done. Okay, so the important thing now is that bring out your paper. Of course, I'm talking to beginners. You're a mid-level manager, you are not even producing a report to somebody, but you are getting started in this whole concept. Okay, what I need you to do is, at the end of the day, what can you say you have done and how can it be numbered? Okay, what you can do at the beginning of the week to help this going is to start looking at the numbers you want to improve, mentioning those KPIs, putting it down. And I can tell you, from somebody who has worked hard on producing reports, I have had moments in my career where I spent a whole week preparing for maybe a yearly report or preparing for a report for a board. That has happened before. Okay, but for somebody who has done that, I want you to start with 3 KPIs. If there are more than 3 KPIs, you started late. Okay, you started late. And for top executives, please limit the numbers. I know we want to chase everything, right? But there are always 3, not more than 3 key components that say if your organization is moving forward, if you have done something that is countable, there are usually not more than 3 KPIs. Find those 3 KPIs. That's the mind work that needs to be done. All right, and start from that and say, these are the KPIs that at the end of this month I should have moved forward. And then the activities that will lead to those KPIs moving forward, those are the things you want to write down on your book. Those are the things you want to write down. These are tasks that I have to achieve today. These are processes that I have to look at today. These are the tactics. These are the work that must be done today, so that at the end of the week, at the end of the month, I can see these numbers grow. Okay, when you have written down those numbers, at the end of the day, when you want to make a report of what you have done, you want to mark those things that you have written down and say, okay, I supervised this process today, I designed a new process, I had this meeting with so person today, okay, and these are the things that we have done. We've pushed out ads in this light. When you have listed out and you have said, these are the things that I have done, at the end of the week, you are not putting a report that looks like your daily report. I hope I'm not putting out too much at the same time. So at the end of the week, the reports you want to look at are the reports of, have I done the things that I said I have done? And then you now want to start observing the numbers. Look, the numbers usually, if done well, you do not have so much control over the numbers. You have control over the activities. If you do the activities well, the numbers follow the right activities. And so when you look at the activities and the activities do not reflect the work you have done to lead to the increase in those numbers, then you want to review the individual work. Of course, this is something deep I'm trying to put out in a few minutes, but start the habit. Okay, I'm just saying all of this to encourage you to start the habit of reporting. Start the discipline of reporting. A day is going to come that it is what you have reported, the markers, that will speak for you. And besides, it's a productivity hack. If nothing else happens, seeing your activities link to results in numbers, it motivates you like nothing else. It's like putting down an activity of, say, I'm going to walk, I'm going to do 10,000 steps. Okay, 10,000 steps is an activity, and all you see at the end of the day is that you have done the 10,000 steps, but you cannot put that as a report. It's not tangible enough. In as much as it's in numbers, it's not tangible enough for you to say. What you want to look at now is what is the scale saying. So that is a report that you have at the end of the day. All right, so the summary of this discussion is start right away. Write down the activities you are going to do and start, basically. See you in the next video.